Well, hello there, Pipe House. How you doing? It is old Padre Francesco here, playing with some interesting video settings on Photo Booth, which is a very interesting program on the Mac. Well, it's good to see you. I'm going to take these glasses off. Maybe I should leave them on. Yeah, these probably look a little bit better with kind of the stylized setting here. Well, I am smoking my wonderful latest acquisition, which is my little Dunhill. This is another camera I'm using now, and this is my little Dunhill Canadian. And in it, I am smoking some delightful Penzance. Just love it. The thing I like about Penzance, and in this new pipe, is that it just stays lit. I mean, it's just a fantastic, smooth and wonderful English tobacco. Anyway, I just thought I'd get that with a good light, and that way I can sit here and just talk for, gosh, at least an hour or so now. Just kidding. Speaking of English tobaccos, I am planning on doing a review of 3 very popular, maybe actually 4 very popular English tobaccos in an upcoming video that I'm going to try to make this weekend. And I do want to put a little shout out to one of our wonderful presenters who is taking some time off, the Daily Puffer. I have to say, without a doubt, some of the most thoughtful and beautiful videos. Really enjoy his videos. I'm afraid I think they're probably not accessible now. But I have to be honest and tell you that he did a review on Stonehaven, which, by the way, Bruno, if you're watching, I have ordered some in honor of you. But he did an excellent video, a review of Stonehaven. And I just thought it was just so well done. I thought, gosh, I'm gonna try to do a review along the same lines stylistically that he did. I thought it was just excellent. So probably in the next week when I get some free time, because I really want to make it certainly a little worthy of something Bruno would want to watch, and also I know that sometimes I'm pretty long-winded, okay. And I apologize to some of you. Some of you made a comment or two saying, hey, it was kind of a long video, one of your videos. And you know what? You're right. I agree with you. Sometimes it's rambling. And what I'll try to do is in the descriptions, if I know I'm going to give a long video, I'll just say, hey, this is a real long video. Kind of break it down what I'm talking about. And if you don't want to watch it, you don't have to watch it. That way you kind of know, well, what do I really want to do? I really want to watch this video or not? Because most of us don't have time to sit and watch a 25-minute video. Not all of us, that is. Okay, well let me start this. The reason why I'm making this video. Why am I making this video particularly? Well, I call this my little ash and trash video. An ash and trash video. Well, ash and trash. In the back in World War II, when the Germans took over Bastogne, and the American Army put up a resistance, they pretty much were caught off guard. And what happened was that during that whole operation, a lot of soldiers who were basically cooks and orderlies and logisticians and stuff, guys who really weren't, shooting at bad guys or shooting at the enemy at the time, They were just kind of just doing their jobs, moving ordnance and moving logistics and cooking meals and things of that nature. And but it turned out that those were only the soldiers there on the ground, and they had to go around and say, okay, you, and you, pick up a rifle and follow me. And it was called the Ash and Trash Brigade because it was made up of a lot of soldiers that really were not really designed. I mean, they went through basic training. That was about it. But their real job in the military was not to be an infantryman. Well, I got a pretty quick dose of learning what combat, I guess, was all about. But anyway, it was kind of basically made up of a lot of stuff. So that's why I call this my Ash and Trash video, because I'm going to talk about quite a number of things. First being Jay's contest to name his new tobacco. Now, there are already a lot of good entries out there. I'm going to tell you right up front. But I'm gonna submit some of mine. Now I've been thinking about this, so I'm sure more people honestly just said, well, I'll put in one or two ideas. But I had a lot of ideas, and let's see, I stopped count at 2035. No, just kidding. Well, I'm just gonna run through my little litany, if you will, of Jay's names for Jay's tobaccos, and just see what you think. And Jay, hopefully you're watching. Okay. The first one is kind of obvious. Jay's Homegrown. Yeah. The next one is Two Bulldogs. And the reason why I did that was because of Jay's Bulldogs, but you could have a really neat label with that. You could probably have some fun making a cool label, Jay's Bulldogs. Maybe the Bulldogs are smoking pipes. One's got a bent billiard and the other's got a straight billiard. It'd be kind of a cool logo you could create using two Bulldogs. Pretty simple, straightforward, but it's something Jay, I think, would like. Now this one here was inspired by Jay himself, tramping around the woods, and I call it Jay's Meandering Woods. Instead of Northern Woods or whatever, Jay's Meandering Woods. Just think of all the time with Jay and his pole out there with his video camera on there, or his iPhone, or his video phone out there, taking his wandering through the woods. Now this one here was kind of inspired. It was kind of a play on concepts, Northern swamps. I guess they have swamps up in Michigan. Yeah, of course they do. I was thinking that they really wouldn't have swamps. You think about this, the southern part of the United States, like Mississippi and Louisiana and places like that. And in Florida, they have swamps, but I guess they have swamps in northern Michigan, but northern swamps. This one's kind of a variation. Michigan Madman, or Michigander Madman. Another one is Lost in the Woods. And my last one is Michigan La Merde. Okay, so Jay, there you go. Those are my ideas and maybe my humble suggestions for naming your new tobacco. Okay. Got a lot of smoke with that. That's for you, old Jeff out there in California, old Stogie Farts. Jeff loves that smoke. Keep them smoking. Okay, well, speaking about keeping them smoking, the next ash and trash thing I want to talk about is Dunhillmanuk's question to us as of today is, what is your favorite pipe? Whoa. What is my favorite pipe? Mm. I don't know if that picked up, but that's my stomach growling. Okay, what's my favorite pipe? Well, it's kind of like you married guys, you know. What's your favorite wife? You know, come on. You got a lot of them, right? No, seriously though, folks. Now, I'm going to say this because, you know, a lot of times we get a new acquisition, and sometimes we really like it. You know, we bought it in the first place for why we liked it. Maybe it was the styling, or maybe it's the color, or you know, maybe it's the way it holds in your hand, and you know, it's all those things, and of course how it smokes. Well, I gotta tell you, this little Dunhill that I got yesterday, I am really, really impressed with it. More so than I am with any new pipe that I have recently got. Now let me show you a couple things and tell you a little bit why. Now I have some other favorite pipes, but I'm not going to show them to you right now because, well, I'm saving that for a later date. But I've shown you one or two of them. And they're not Dunhills. You know, I didn't even know what a Dunhill was really until, you know, a few months ago. But let me show you these acquisitions here. Okay, pardon my tummy there. Okay, now I got this pipe brand new at the Briar Patch last week. Look at this, it's a bulldog, but it's a huge, bodacious bulldog. That's probably like Charlie or George. This is probably a George pipe. You know, big old bulldog. Okay? It's okay. I smoked it once, and now again, it probably was the fact I didn't pack it right. But it just, you know, it was okay. And also, maybe it's a question between marrying up the right tobacco with the right pipe. Many of you talk about you only smoke certain tobaccos and certain pipes. And I got lucky maybe with this Penzance and this Canadian with, you know, it just is a perfect marriage. Almost like Northern Smoky and the Northern Smoke S, okay? By the way, I think we need to send out a search party and try to find either Dan's polygrip or his dentures. That's all I'm going to say about that. Got any white owls there? I love that. Got any white owls there? Okay. Okay, now, here's something I think I've discovered about one of the reasons why I like my little, I keep saying little, it's very slender. It kind of looks like a little anorexic pipe, you know. It almost looks like that, one of those, Dr. Grabo CLP pipe there, Dan. You know, kind of got that real minimalism thing going here. I like it. Works for me. Okay. But here's another pipe that I just got. Okay. I don't know if you can see that or not. Okay. So, it's a church warden, right? But look at this, folks. That's kind of like a little mini church warden, don't you think? Look at that. Isn't that cool? Maybe that's why I kind of like this pipe an awful lot. Okay, so there you go. My favorite pipe. Now I have two from my past. Well, when I say I have three, maybe four, you know. You know, again, it's kind of like your ex-wives, I guess. I don't know. And they're very special. Some of them I have sentimental reasons why I like them, and some of them are just, you know, hey, they're good smokers. But this one here is turning out to be probably going to be one of my favorites without a doubt. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, and finally, I'm going to just ask you guys a question. Let me turn that back down. Okay. I love summertime. As I look outside, it's again another beautiful summer evening. Beautiful summer evening. And for me, I just, I love summertime movies. To me, summertime wouldn't be complete without good old summertime movies. And I don't know what kind of movies you guys like to watch in the summertime. With your pipe, and just kind of sitting there in a nice big lazy boy or an overstuffed chair or couch, and just enjoying a movie. And I have to tell you that some of my favorite movies I like, usually, and it's interesting, it always goes back to the oldies but the goldies, To me, summer wouldn't be complete without watching Jimmy Stewart and Grace Kelly in Rear Window. Again, it's also kind of a summertime theme movie too. He's sitting there in the hot, New York summer, windows open, and he's listening and watching his neighbors. Really a great movie. And I love that movie. Another movie I just watched, and I hadn't watched in probably 35 years. And it still gives me the creeps, but even now that I'm an adult, it has a little bit more of it's a little bit more interesting to watch. It was a movie, and I'll say the actress's name, and I'm sure everybody out there is going to say the name of the movie. I almost did say the name of the movie. Patty McCormick. The Bad Seed. Great movie. But I watched that as a kid, and it just gave me the creeps. And it still does, but it's interesting watching it as an adult. It's interesting how they talked a lot about psychology. The movies of the 50s were just, we're in love with technology, but the movies of the 50s, they were in love with psychology. So, watch that movie. Very fascinating movie. I also like To Kill a Mockingbird, Gregory Peck. That's kind of a great summertime theme kind of movie. Kids and growing up and, watching them kind of be aware of, things like injustice and, adult themes, when kids are growing up. Some of my favorite childhood memories were, as I was going to sleep, I would sit there and I'd listen to my mom and my grandparents, talk about, all the adult things that they didn't want kids to hear about, but you could kind of hear a little bit of it as you were drifting off to sleep. And I always liked that. And I guess To Kill a Mockingbird has some scenes that are reminiscent of that. I also like to watch a lot of Twilight Zones. Those were some of my favorite TV shows. Now you can buy the whole box set and sit there and have a Twilight Zone, your own Twilight Zone marathon if you want. Great, just great. Get a big old bucket of ice cream and drown it with chocolate syrup, and oh man, and then finish it up with a pipe later, and closest thing to heaven I know about. So those are some of the things I just want to talk about in my Ash and Trash video. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll spare you. I won't give you the coup de grace this time by telling you a joke. I think I'll leave that for my next video, and so give you something to look forward to. Yeah, right. Okay, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.